Welcome to Customer Tech Talks. On this segment, we're talking with United Airlines, who accelerated their adoption of Microsoft Teams in response to the impending pandemic situation. I'm joined by Sam Castano, Director of End User Services, and Sean Carson, Director of Application Development. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Now, Sam, thinking back to the start of the pandemic, United Airlines had already completed their Microsoft Teams rollout from a technical standpoint, but your focus really had to shift to user adoption. Can you share with everyone how you approach this?
Yeah, of course. We realized very quickly that we needed a very aggressive OCM plan in order for us to facilitate a change from the typical way in which our employees collaborated and communicated while in the office. We were transitioning very quickly to a remote work environment, and that certainly is a big change. We also realized that employee collaboration needed to become more of a core discipline within our digital technology organization, and that was absolutely key in order to facilitate the right level of strategy development, engineering, and support. And finally, we took the time to really understand our employees' needs across the enterprise, and we played a very critical role ensuring that we connected the dots between their needs and Microsoft Teams capabilities.
Now, United Airlines really leaned in on more than just the collaboration features of Teams as well. You also started to use Teams live event features to continue to run your internal events and internal meetings. Can you talk a little bit about what this experience was like?
Yeah, certainly. Constant leadership and employee communication became a critical component of our recovery efforts during the pandemic. We recognized that we needed to leverage every tool at our disposal to meet our organization's communication needs, while ensuring that our communications were efficient, effective, and we provided easy-to-use capabilities. Live events provided a virtual town hall type setting for leaders and employees to deliver critical messages, not just internally, but also with external partners, and most importantly, with government agencies.
Some really great kind of, leaps ahead there in being able to use Teams live events in that way. Now, I'd like to shift gears a little bit over to you, Sean, and I want to kind of talk about some of the challenges United Airlines faced while you started using these live events.
Sure. Yeah, there were definitely challenges. I wouldn't say they were per se related to the platform so much as adaptability issues. Normally in a video event, there's a whole production studio that pulls the event together, and live events really puts that power into your laptop. And so facilitators needed to learn to do things like do sound checks and lighting checks or do pre-meetings with participants in order to get them used to what they were about to participate in. Another thing that was an issue that we experienced was licensing. Early on, some of our meetings had a lot of external presenters, and it wasn't always clear what kind of license that they had. And sometimes that could cause issues with getting them in as a presenter into a meeting. Now, Microsoft's changed the platform and has made external presenters a lot easier to integrate into a meeting. But we've kept the pre-meetings as a best practice in order to get things squared away before we start.
Really, really interesting to see the way you approach that as well. And if anyone can appreciate the crew that makes this happen, it's me. We've got a lot of them in the studio with us here right now. Now, as you look back over the past 18 months, what are some of the lessons you'd share with other organizations who are perhaps looking to deploy Teams or maybe already down the path of their rollout? And what are some of the things they should consider?
Sure, I'd say any big system, think about learning curve, especially from the user base. United had been shifting from audio conferencing to video conferencing, and so pretty big leap, especially in the middle of a pandemic. I would imagine not everybody's really in that same position after 2 years of video conferencing, but a learning curve is still something worth considering. The other thing I'd say is a strong corporate policy, getting everybody on the same platform is essential. This is a collaboration platform. The more people that use it interactively, the more effective the platform is.
Yeah, I can't agree more, especially when it comes to getting people on the same platform, but also helping them to understand, even little things like protocol around video conferencing and what's happening when they're looking into each other's homes. Some really great lessons there. Sam, what about from your perspective? What are some of the lessons you'd share with people in this position?
Yeah, I think that taking the time to know your employees' collaboration and communication behaviors is key. Learn what they really care about. Connect their needs with your collaboration strategy, understand their overall collaboration journey, connect the employee needs to your strategy, and then make collaboration a core discipline.
Some really, really great insights there from both of you. Sam, Sean, thank you so much for taking the time with us today.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
And of course, if you'd like to learn more about Microsoft Teams or Teams live events for your own organization, you can head to Microsoft Learn to get all of the information you need to get started. Of course, if you want to hear more stories from customer tech talks, you can head over to our channel for all the latest episodes. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.